Hi guys, so we're doing 8.5, which is interpret division with fractions, and it's very similar to what we were doing in the previous section. Actually, you're going to see a lot of similarities. So let's try to work through it. Elisa has 6 cups of raisins. She divides the raisins into quarter-cup servings. How many servings does she have? First off, over in the little box off to the side, we have our 2 dots. How many quarter-cup servings are in 1 cup? So 1/4. We're going to divide each one into how many pieces? 4. So that is how many quarter-cup servings we have. We have 4 because we're dividing each of them into 4 pieces. The second point, how many cups does Elisa have? Literally says that she has 6 cups. You can use diagrams, equations, or story problems to represent division. So the first thing we're doing is we are going to make a diagram. Draw 6 rectangles to represent the cups of raisins, and then draw lines to divide each rectangle into fourths. Give me a second and I'll draw them up. So there are the 6 rectangles. That is our 6 cups of raisins. We're dividing it into fourths. And I'm going to do it by making them all windows. Okay, so now they're all divided into fourths. To find 6 divided by 1/4, count the total number of fourths in the 6 rectangles. 4, 8, 12, I'm counting my 4s, 16, 20, 24. And so 6 divided by 1/4 is equal to 24. You see how we got that? Same as what we've been doing on the other ones. So Elisa has 24 servings. Okay? Example number 1, write an equation to solve. 4 friends share 1/4 of a gallon of orange juice. What fraction of the gallon of orange juice does each friend get? So 1/4 divided by 4 friends, divided by 4. Then we need to write our related multiplication equation equals n. 1/4 times 1/4. Remember, we need to put the 4 on the bottom because we're splitting it up again. So 1/4 equals n, or 4 times 4, 8. 1 is on the top. 1/8 equals n. So each friend will get 1/8 cup of the orange juice, or of the rest of the quarter of the gallon. 1/8 of the gallon. No, actually 1/16. 4 times 4 is not 8. 4 times 4 is 16. 1/16 of it. Next page, example number 2. Write a story problem and then draw a diagram to solve. 4 divided by 1/3. Choose the term you wish to divide. Your problem would be about how many groups of 1/3 are in 4 holes. So possibly we could have 4 sandwiches, 4 feet of ribbon, or 4 apples. We're going to write a story problem representing 4 divided by 1/3 using the item you chose. Describe how it is divided into thirds, then ask how many thirds there are. Okay? So I guess what they want us to say is, let's go with Sally. Sally has 4 sandwiches. She is dividing them among 3 people. That's what I want to say. She is dividing them No, into how, into thirds, sorry, how many people can have a part? How many people can have a part? Okay, then. So I have draw a diagram to solve. Okay, so I have my 4 sandwiches. I'm splitting it into thirds. So 4 divided by 1/3 is equal to 3, 6, 9, 12. Just counting by threes. Okay, example number 3. Write a story problem and then draw a diagram to solve. We just did that. 1/2 divided by 5. Choose the item you want to divide. Your problem should describe a half of an item that can then be divided into 5 equal parts. Possible items: a half of a pizza, a half of a rope, or a half of a gallon of milk. Write a story problem to represent 1/2 divided by 5 using the item you chose. Describe how it is divided into 5 equal parts and then ask about the size of each part. So in this case, I guess we're going to go with the milk. Maybe that would make the most sense. 5 friends are drinking a half gallon of milk. How much milk does each friend get? And then it wants us to draw a diagram. So I guess we're going to draw a diagram. This is my milk jug. Okay, that's half. And then, so that's the half that I already have. Then let's go through with this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that gives me 5 people. And that equals out to 1 out of 10 is what he got. So 1/2 divided by 5 is equal to 1/10. All right. Yeah, we have time. Let's do the share and show. Complete the story problem to represent 3 divided into 1/4. Carmen has a roll of paper that is 3 feet long. She cuts the paper into pieces that are 1/4 foot long. How many pieces of paper does Carmen have? Number 2, that was number 1. Number 2, draw a diagram to represent the problem and then solve. Okay, 1 roll of paper, 3 feet long, okay? She is then cutting them until they are 1/4 foot. Oh, sorry. I'm looking at the wrong thing. April has 6 fruit bars. She cuts the bars into halves. How many half-size pieces does she have? Okay, so that's 3 of our fruit bars. Here's another 3 fruit bars. We have 6 fruit bars now. Let's cut each of them in half. So half, 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 which means she now has a total of 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. She has a total of 12 fruit bars. Number 3, write an equation to represent the problem and then solve. 2 friends share a quarter of a large peach pie. What fraction of the whole pie does each friend get? So we started with a quarter, and then we're going to divide it among the 2 friends. Now remember, when we divide, we're not actually dividing, we shift it so that it is multiplication. So I have 1/4 times 1/2. 1 times 1 is 1, 4 times 2 is 8. So we end up with 1/8. Number 4, write an equation to represent the problem and then solve. Benito has 1/3 kilogram of grapes. He divides the grapes equally into 3 bags. What fraction of a kilogram of grapes is in each bag? 1/3, that's how much he had to start with, divided by 3 bags. Once again, the 1/3 comes over, the division becomes multiplication, the 3 flips and becomes 1/3. So we have 1 over 3 times 3, which is 9. Number 5. Sonia has 5 sandwiches. She cuts each sandwich into fourths and gives away 6 pieces. How many of the 1/4 sandwich pieces does she have now? Okay, so starting with number 5. She has 5 sandwiches. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5 sandwiches. She cuts them into fourths. So I'm going to do the window panes to get us to fourths. Okay, she gives away 6 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So how many pieces does she have left? 4, 8, 12, 13, 14. So she ends up with 14 pieces left. Number 6 is write a story problem to represent 2 divided by 1/8 and then solve. 2 divided by 1/8. Oh, how about this? I'm just going to write it on the back of this. There are 2 feet of ribbon. It is cut into 1/8 foot pieces. How many pieces are there? Okay. So then when we show the 2, divided by 1/8, remember the 2 stays the same. Division becomes multiplication. 1/8 flips and becomes an 8. 2 times 8 is 16. So we end up with a 16 of them. Okay? All right. So that's where we're going to end today. Doing great. Talk to you later. Bye.